Last August, Robert was severely injured in a crash at Pocono Raceway. Since then, he has shared the ups and downs of his recovery with the world on social media. Yesterday, Wickens announced that he will attend Sunday's Indycar opener.
Of getting back in an Indycar. How often do you think about what it'd be like to climb back aboard one of those?
Every day.
Yeah.
Every single day I think about what it's going to be like, and you know, it's all I know how to do. It's what I told my parents when I was 10 years old that I wanted to be a race car driver, and at the time my parents kind of like humored me a little bit, and then they, you know, it's like me telling my parents I want to be an astronaut and I want to be the first person on Mars. You know, it's like, yeah, okay, it's like it's this unachievable thing. But then, you know, worked hard, did a lot of sacrifice, and there I was. And I'm too young to just give that up. And I don't care what I have to do. I don't care how hard I have to work. I'm gonna come back.
You will see that entire interview with Kelly Stavis as part of the pre-race coverage on Sunday. Townsend, you know Robert. First off, what will seeing him at the season opening race mean to the entire IndyCar community?
I think it'll just be the personification of the incredible desire that Robert has to compete, to drive race cars, and I think probably to be around his family. I mean, these are the folks that he spent you know, most of the beginning of last year with. Demonstrating exceptional talent. And I said it many times on the air, I'm not aware of an IndyCar driver to ever come in and learn oval racing as fast as he did. And he showed up at the first race in St. Pete, as AJ said earlier, just as a contender right away, up front, top fives, podiums. And it was just a brutal timing for him to have that right on his rookie run on his way. But when you see the smile on his face, you know, in an interview, thinking about coming back to the racetrack, seeing him get on the airplane to fly to St. Pete, I'm just, I'm humbled, I'm inspired, and I'm excited for him.
The inspiration to me is what you said there. That I mean, I've never met Robert. I got to watch him, you know, learn really who he was last year, and he burst onto the scene, and from St. Petersburg on was a guy contending for the championship and lifting his race team, Schmidt-Peterson, to a new level. And when I saw that wreck in Pocono, I mean, my heart just sank. And you just, at the time, you think of the worst and you hope for the best. And to see what he's done, and through all the social media, not hiding from it, not saying, you know what, you know, I'm not going to let people see the struggles. I'm going to be open about the struggles that I'm going to have to go through, because I'm going to inspire other people. I'm going to show that never give up attitude. And we just heard it right there. What's the one thing on his mind? I can't wait to get back into the race car. So to be at St. Petersburg, everybody that hasn't been able to see him, or people that haven't seen him a lot, see him being at the racetrack, it's just going to uplift the whole paddock there. It's going to make St. Petersburg as a season opener even better if it can get that. But it's something that we should all look at and really just focus on what it means to be inspired. It's no different than, and you've talked about Alex Zanardi, somebody like that. It just, people like that bring it to a new level. So I'm pumped that he's going.
And how cool is it for his race team to say, hey, we have a car waiting for you. So there's a hole there to fill, and he's fighting every day to fill it, and it's just going to be an incredible weekend to have him there.
I know, Townsend, you're heading from here to St. Pete. Robert Wickens has a head start on you. You mentioned him getting on the plane. He actually posted the video. Here he is. I mean, walking up the steps to board the airplane to head to St. Pete, the first time back in the paddock since that injury.
Head start in a much nicer airplane than I'll be traveling on. So he's well ahead already.
So cool, because again, as drivers, you guys, I mean, you know, you're racing and those grandstands, not everyone in those grandstands is rooting for you. Obviously, everyone has their favorite driver. I think everyone watching right now, again, whether you're a fan of IndyCar or not, is rooting for Robert Wickens in life. I mean, flat out, that's
I mean, it's just, you can, inspiration's not even the word. I mean, there's so many more. It's just, it's awesome to see how much he's putting in and showing all of us how if you never give up, you can get back to what you want to do.
And I think one of the things that's great about going to the racetrack and being there and seeing everybody is that once he puts a headset on and he's on the timing stand, then it'll really energize. He's already pumped to be back in the cockpit. But once you start to really dig in with your race team and you're hearing feedback from the drivers and you're watching the engineers process data and feedback and making setup changes, that'll really just kind of give an additional boost to his whole recovery.